Morning. It is August 26th, and doing some more work on the solar heater. So the Mylar did not hold up worth a damn, and this being exposed has caused pretty much just constant problems. Every time I try to cut the grass, it gets all clogged with grass, and then when I try to broom it out or use compressed air, it just rips the Mylar up, and the sun beating on it, it's just shrinking and peeling up. So I'm ripping the whole thing apart. I got about 200 screws I got to pull up here, and I'm going to put rolled rubber roof down on it. It's 8 mil. I don't know, it's pretty heavy duty stuff. It's Firestone rubber, actually. I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to build a rim board all the way around it, and scrunch my hose in a little bit tighter. I think this last link here, this last length of hose is a 25 footer because the store was out of 50 footers at the time. So it's actually 175 foot. I did manage to grab another 50 footer, so I'm going to swap the 25 out for the 50 for a full 200 foot of hose, and coil it tighter because I'll have that rim board on there, and on top of the rubber, so the wood will be good and protected. And then I ordered a 4x8 sheet of tempered glass, 3/8 inch thick, and I'm going to pick that up today. It's all ready for me, so that will be going on top. I'll put some weather stripping on there to give it a little bit of flex room, because I don't want, if the wood gets really wet and starts to, to curl or, do what wood does. I don't want it to snap my glass, because it wasn't a cheap piece of glass. And then I'll edge that down, probably silicone it down, and have this all sealed up a little bit tighter. So I'll get the greenhouse effect. So anyways, I'm going to get to work here. I got a bunch of screws to pull, and I'm going to rip this all the way apart, and I'll check back in a couple steps down the line. Okay, so I was on a roll, and I had a helper stop by, so I did not make any step-by-step progress videos. It's done. I got my 2-inch foam as an edging with 1/2 inch weather stripping. I got the rubberized weather stripping with one sticky side, so it's stuck down, and it's actually just gravity is holding that glass in place, and it's got a good deal of friction, so I really don't see it going anywhere, unless I tip it. But and then I got the Firestone rubber laid down flat on the plywood. I had to turn this into position to get everything hooked up. I managed to get my hose coiled real nice and tight in here. Being coiled tighter, I managed to get another length of hose on there, so there's 225 foot of hose, 225 when there was 175. Yeah. So that alone will up efficiency, but I think having it covered is gonna do a lot, as far as the wind won't be blowing over the top of it, keep cooling it off. It'll greenhouse effect inside here now, and I also went over it with real heavy with a satin black paint to protect the rubber so the rubber isn't getting beat up by the sun. It'll be only the paint that's getting beat up by the sun. And if it doesn't have, all of the elements, it's only got sun beating up on it, it's going to last longer. It won't have rain and pine needles and grass landing on it and breaking down and getting acidic. It'll just have the sun. I did, with my edging, leave a little space to run my hoses in and out so I can get everything hooked up before I set the glass on it. I am going to snug this over, make another square of foam to go over this and seal it all up so it'll be, not 100% airtight, but just so there's not moisture accumulating inside of it. I'm going to leave that open while all the adhesives and the paint dries and cures. I'll leave that open for a day or two, and when it's all nice and dry, I'll seal that up a little tighter, squish some silicone over the top of it and on my seams here. But I think this is going to work. This is going to work really good. It worked before. It would get my water up to 100, 105 degrees on a sunny day. But that wasn't until 3 or 4. So this way, I'm really hoping that we get hot water earlier, and it gets hot enough that it will keep the tanks hot through the night. So maybe we can do dishes in the morning and stuff when the sun comes up, and then it just begins to heat again, because this is run by a 20-watt solar panel. It runs straight to the water pump, and so as soon as the sun is hitting the hot water panel, it's hitting the solar panel, and it begins to circulate. So it's only circulating when the line is being heated, and as the sun begins to come into that tree, just like it's doing right now, the panel doesn't produce enough power and the motor slows down and stops, and it won't continue to circulate water and cool it back down. So tomorrow I will get some temperature readings off of the tank, and then I will be able to conclude this video. Alright, so I was hoping to show some results here the following morning. It is now 2 days later. We had rain and clouds all day yesterday, but it's about 9:30 a.m. 2 days later. The solar panel out there to power the water pump is, I rewired that. I cleaned off the connections, crimped it all so it was hooked up nice and tight. So this is the water going out to the solar water panel. This is the water coming back. The sun just hit it. So already there's a 6-degree difference. I can feel it. See if the pump is warming up. Oh yeah, look at that. So that's the water that's coming out of the top of the tank. So I'm actually not getting a very accurate read off of this hose because it's insulated. But this pump housing, that means, because see, the water comes in, the hot water comes into the bottom of the small tank, and it comes out the top of the small tank, and then the pump pushes it to the bottom of the large tank, and then it comes back out, and that's what is going out to the hot water panel. So it's circulating through both of these tanks, comes in the bottom, heats from the bottom up on both of them, and circulates through all of it. So tank temperature, big tank 69, tank temperature, little guy almost 80. So it's working. This tank has gone up 10 degrees in about 20 minutes of this running. So I get sun on the hot water panel all the way till 4:30 in the afternoon. The forecast shows sun all day, so I'll report back probably around 2, and we'll see where she's sitting. But I have high hopes for this. It's working. 10 degrees in 20 minutes. That's awesome. So I'll check back later. All right, it's about 2:30, and this warmed up quite a bit. Let's see what we got on the motor housing. There's a sweet spot. Can't find it left-handed. So the big tank, we're all the way up to 100. Our outgoing water, well, yeah, this isn't a very good read off the hose, but it worked. You know, that's the one that matters right there, because this is the line to the house. So we're about 2:30 in the afternoon. We started with 69 degree water this morning. So, you know, in a matter of a few hours, strictly just solar, just the homemade solar water heater, 225 foot of hose on top of black rubber encased with tempered glass, worked awesome. We're already at 100 degrees. It's going to continue to heat till about 4:30. I think we'll get up over probably 110, 115. I noticed since the big tank started warming up and the outgoing water started warming up, it really it warmed a lot faster. You know, it was pulling cold water all morning. Now there's hot water going into it, and it's coming out even considerably hotter. So yeah, it's working out real good. I'll check back for one short minute at about 4:30, and we'll see what it got to. All right, it's about 4:15, and I'm gonna find the right spot here. 104. Big tank is 104. So there's that. Got up over 100. That is a plenty hot shower for summertime anyhow. Very happy. It worked. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.